I love playing games, both single player and multiplayer. And as an avid gamer, I want my games to stay alive and well. And if for single player it's not a problem, it cannot be said the same about multiplayer games. It especially became a problem with advent of live service games. A brief info for those who may not know. Live service game is an always online game that continuously updated with new content and usually monetized through microtransactions instead of fixed price for a game itself. As you can imagine, the goal of such games is both to attract new players and to keep old ones playing. Some games are good at it, and some are not. I'm, as an avid player of such games, wanna talk about 3 of them from this perspective. What is like to play these games? What may attract or push away new players? And do I believe in a future for these games? All this and more in this video. So, the games I'm gonna talk today is by no means dead. The first game I'm gonna talk about is...
What a
Nice guy.
jeez, oh my god. What the
PUBG, my beloved compilation of messy, unoptimized code and hackers. I think most of you know what PUBG is. For those who don't, I'll give a brief history. PUBG is a battle royale game that basically popularized the genre and gave Fortnite a second chance at living. If you don't know or remember, before battle royale, Fortnite was a half-dead zombie wave defending game. So, yada yada, jump off the plane, look for stuff and kill each other. Last one standing is a winner. You know the drill. I bought this game the year or two after it was released, although I haven't played it much until like 2022. My PC at time of buying was a piece of crap. It was so bad that I couldn't drive cars in PUBG. It wouldn't load terrain fast enough. My PC would overload itself and would turn off Wi-Fi drivers, and I would be disconnected. Yes, I could travel only by foot, although even then I managed to win a couple of games. So, let's evaluate if PUBG is easy to pick up. Small spoiler, but from today's 3 games, it is the easiest one to pick up. Mainly because it's a shooter, and even when you don't have any tactics or skill, you still can grab a gun and shoot someone. It's just that easy as that. PUBG has this newbie mode, where you play against 12 people and 88 bots. Although it's not ideal, mainly because high levels tend to do heavy dailies there. Imagine you're a new greenhorn and get sniped from half a mile without any warning. Yeah, it's not fun. After you played several games of this newbie mode, you have a choice to make what to play. You have 2 variants, third-person perspective and first-person perspective. TPP is kinda more casual and less honest version of the game. It gives you an unfair advantage when you can see your enemy, but he cannot see you. It also promotes bush camping. It often creates late game stalemates, when 2 parties camp each other and the one that makes the first move is in disadvantage. Also, driving in TPP looks really stupid and clanky. FPP, on the other hand, feels like it was preferred during game design. It feels like everything in the game was designed strictly for FPP. Gunplay is dynamic and engaging, driving is fast and extremely chaotic. It seems that it is way more balanced this way. For your enemy to see you, he needs to expose himself too. Because enemies lack a lot of information about you, it creates a lot of tactical opportunities and vice versa. Oh, and of course, all of esports are played in this mod. Although this mod has its downsides too. It's mainly sweats. Their preferred mod is FPP, although this game has some skill-based matchmaking. So, if you are new and really bad, you will play against not really good players, bots and smurfs. But beware, it seems like it puts you into games by taking into account only the most skilled player of the group. So, if you are playing with your friends and there are like 3 noobs and that one sweaty friend, it's highly likely you are gonna play against streamers and esports players. Speaking of creators, if you wanna see some skill and maybe take some tips and tricks for yourself, I suggest watching Tingleton, a PUBG esports legend and pretty funny guy. Main distributor of those god-awful pics that everybody in high-ranking lobbies use. I hate this shit. Okay, second one is Forsen. He's a legendary variety streamer.
Oh, you fucking bitch ass motherfucker.
He sometimes plays PUBG. I really suggest you to watch videos that are made from those PUBG streams. Pick Brainrot Gaming, a guy trying to run away from 70 mic spamming, knuckle-bearing bastards whose only job is to kill our guy. Most people hate stream snipers, but here they called stream savers. Really funny shit. So, let's sum up. Pros. It's free, easy to pick up, you don't need a supercomputer for it to work. There are good creators and there are not that many cheaters. There are some, but not that many as you think, at least on EU servers. Cons. Sweats that can solo, rhymes with grape, you and your whole team, overuse of so-called Korean picks and other esports tactical bullshit. It is unoptimized, so you will have freezes even on NASA's supercomputers, stupid ass skins. Conclusion. PUBG in 2025 is actually worth picking up. It still has a healthy fanbase, and you can easily catch up to main pool of players. It's really funny with friends. And please, try experimenting and do some stupid shit with your friends. Don't hyper-focus on just achieving the victory. Try to fly on paraglider and drop C4 on enemy compounds. Try to camp a bridge with a Panzerfaust. Try to pick up a weird gun that is not meta. Me and my friends started getting way more fun when we shifted our attention from competitiveness to fun stuff. It's very fun. So, let's take a look at our next patient.
Oh, for fuck's no, nope, nope. I'm not doing that. I'm not going near that shit. I'm not falling for that. Oh my god.
I think you saw the ads of this game at least once. These guys are really not shy with their advertisement. But there is a reason for it. They really need fresh blood in this bloody game. I started playing this game way back then, long before 1.0 release. For those who know, I remember playing on this little map called Mittengard. It was a really fun little map. Sadly, it's removed now. I started playing this shit back before I had a PC at home I could play on. Me and my friends used to go to this place called Cyber Arena in Kyiv, my home city. At the time, it was one of the biggest gaming internet cafes in Europe, one of the birthplaces of esports as we know them today. For example, here is where StarLadder held the early 1.6 and Dota tournaments. But now, it is irrelevant to our topic. Instead of watching esports, Teen Yanko played this piece of shit tank game in that legendary place. After some time of playing tanks in internet cafes, I quit it for a long time, until late 2022. Already during the war, me and my friends returned to this quote-unquote game. You can tell by my tone, my overall attitude to this game. It has, or better to say had, big potential, but it was fucked over by trying to optimize gameplay and money making. As I can imagine, most of you don't have any idea of how this game works. It's 15 on 15 tank battles on medium to small size maps that are closed in nature. Unlike games like War Thunder, you have strictly defined boundaries and it's way more arcadey with its HP bars. And to eliminate instant base-to-base shootouts, this game have a mechanic of spotting. Most of the time, enemy tanks are literally invisible until one of your teammates spots it. Then it becomes visible to everyone on your team. I understand that this is a gameplay mechanic to balance the game, but it creates one of the biggest problems with this game. You call them shitters, we call them bushwankers, but we both hate them. Every game, there is a bunch of these shitty tanks that are sitting in the bush and trying to snipe enemy team. But there is a problem. The other team will usually have the same number of these shitters and bushwankers. It's all caused by a big arrangement of so-called sniper tanks. Tanks with low armor and good cannon. Problem with those tanks that you either need a lot of skill to play them actively, or you can sit and wonk in the bushes, calling this an ambush. I gonna snipe them all. And it actually can work. but only if there are 2 or 3 sniper tanks out of 15. But when there are 10 of them in your team and 10 in enemy team, the game turns into this sluggish stalemate where everyone fears to do anything. By my reaction you can see my attitude to this game. So let's take a view on it as a new player. UI is a jumbled mess, a devil himself will drown in this box of an interface. To play this game as it intended, you need high level tanks. To get them, you need to gain experience in the tech tree. Right now, low levels are unplayable. Games are hard to find and half of them are against bots. It's hard to acquire a lot of silver, local non-premium currency. After every game, you spend silver to repair your tank and restock ammo. And if you played well, you usually gained spare silver. But if you had a bad game and it ended up a loss, you can easily lose currency like this. Not to mention that there are premium ammo that has better penetration, which is way more expensive than default ammo. So, is there a way to circumvent this? Of course! Money! You can buy days of premium account which boost your XP and silver gain. You wanna play tanks without grinding XP? You can buy tier 8 and tier 9 premium tanks. Those often has good specs and has increased silver gain. On premium tanks, you can grind XP and then through money, you can transfer it into free XP and spend it onto unlocking other vehicles. Don't forget seasonal loot boxes. You can buy with real cash and get new premium tanks. Fucking gacha games got me even here. Before buying any premiums, don't forget to look them up on YouTube, if they are good or bad. There are a lot of really good premiums, but there are also a lot of really bad ones. What about creators? Are the people worth watching? Let's put it like this. Here you have small Polish guy who occasionally drops N-words. Here you have big American guy who occasionally drops N-words. All other people have this feeling of being corporate good streamers who do this just for money. They just play the game and receive money. That's it. Go watch first two, even if you won't play this game. They can be pretty funny despite of some stuff they say. So, does this game has any good points? There are almost no cheaters. There are a lot of mods that Wargame are actually allow you to install. It's fully legal and supported by VG. I highly recommend Aslane's WOT modpack installer. Big assortment of mods, installs like in 2 clicks and is constantly updated. So community is a big good point of this game. So in conclusion, is this game good for new players? The answer is no. Unless developers do something or sponsor me, I won't advocate for trying it out. And even if you try, I'll gonna personally wait for you on tier 5 in my marked left H 18.
Ban anyone who has a left H. Delete the left H.
And I'll gonna beat any interest in this game from you. So, let's talk about last game on our list.
Fucking retard the pick for retard the player. Pick nature prophet. Fucking useless. With teleport. Retard.
Dota 2. This is by far my most played game. I played around 3500 hours in last 12 years. I had all stages you have when you are playing a game for so long. Love, hate, resentment, and in the end, I achieved them. So what is Dota 2? It's a MOBA game, just like League of Legends. Although I want to say that although these games look like one another, they're really different. Mainly because in League, if you cannot press your buttons, you are useless. And in Dota you can play AFK support and make big impact even with a brain ping around 500. Just place your wards, stack your camps and try to at least show up to fights. Maybe enemy would be more scared to go 5v5 instead 5v4. It's more than enough to have fun. Now then, a short advice on achieving Zen in both games. Firstly, you should stop playing Ranked. Ranked is the thing that steals your enjoyment. Ask yourself, are you playing to win or are you playing to enjoy the process of playing? If it's former, you should stop playing at all and find something where winning would be more productive. Games should be just that. Games.
It's only a game. Why you have to be mad?
Then, I really suggest you to change from standard mode. For League, I recommend Aram. And for Dota, it's Turbo. It's more fast-paced mods that playing feels pleasant and losing doesn't feel like lost time. Of course, there are always outliers. Once I had the 72-minute Turbo game, but those are super rare. Now, let's talk about differences about games and why I would recommend Dota over League. There are a couple of them. First one is mostly irrelevant, but it's kinda a meme in League community, so I'll talk shortly about it. League launcher is fucking garbage. I know it, and anyone who ever played League also knows it. It's literally the worst launcher I ever used, no cap. Second minus, in my opinion, is that most champions is locked behind either paywall or grind wall. I heard a lot of cope about how it makes people learn to play one single champ and become good. Don't even want to talk about this. I want to play a game or two on every champ and then to decide who to main. It's an old system. Rito should get rid of it. Give a legacy skin or something to anybody who actually bought a champ and be with it. Okay, it's time to talk about two main things that I think why Dota is more preferable than League. When you play League, it's more akin to playing a fighting game. You need to know timings and press your combos perfectly. Unless you are playing jungler, the most thing you are going to master is pure fighting skill. And if you are wanting not to sweat and just play, it can be a little bit difficult. In Dota, you have a choice not to sweat. Just play support. Supports in Dota are way stronger than in League, and for the most time, do not require you to rip your ass apart to do something. Look at this. Okay, now let's talk about the main thing. Dota 2, as most WoW games do, supports custom games. Literally anyone who knows how to code a bit can go and make his own game based on Dota. There are racing games, RTSs, Mario Party style minigames, and many other type of games. I remember there was even an FPS mod, but sadly devs abandoned it long time ago, so it doesn't work anymore. There were whole new genres invented here. Ever heard about TFT or other auto battlers? It's all originating from here, as a custom game called Dota Auto Chess. Unlike League, Dota is a game with thousands of other games built in. I know people who play only custom games for years now, fully ignoring the main game. I think custom games should be the main selling point for new players. At this point, Dota 2 is more akin Gmod or Warcraft 3 with infinite game mods than purely MOBA that it was on launch. Of course, Dota has some minuses as well. Long time between patches, occasional cheaters, really comical bugs after every big update, and sheer difficulty that tied to learning how to play MOBA games. But it's all nothing compared to amount of fun you can get from official and custom games. In conclusion, I recommend picking up Dota, but only if you have some free time and you are ready to play not to win. This mindset will make everything way less tilting and way more enjoyable, and you won't burn out quickly on this game. So, press like, subscribe, and leave a comment under this video. Go ham shitting on rival MOBAs in comments. It will help greatly. I'll return back to farming clips in PUBG and stomping noobs in my left age. Bye bye.